And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live at Tisch Loveless Court inside the Anderson Athletic Center on the campus of Kalamazoo College for tonight's men's basketball season opener featuring the Big Reds of Denison University and the home team, Kalamazoo College Hornets. My name is Zach Metz. Joining me tonight on color commentary, Dawson Skupin. Dawson, thanks for joining us. Always exciting when a new season tips off. What do you expect to see out of Kalamazoo tonight?
Thank you for having me, first of all, Zach. Appreciate that. But Kalamazoo, they return a lot of experience from last year. Didn't really lose much, but they do have a lot of big pieces out today. So, I hope to see if people step up. Carter Bandemir, hopefully he's been looking a lot better this season, so we'll see if he can step up big today for the Hornets.
It's now time to meet our starting lineups. Following that, we're going to hear from Coach Nick Gard for the Hornets before the game. First up, the starting lineups. For the Big Reds from Denison University, a 6'8 junior from Willoughby, Ohio, number 0, Ricky Radke. A 6'2 junior guard from Cleveland, Ohio, number 10, Cameron Smith. A 6'2 junior guard from Chicago, Illinois, number 20, Scotty Dean. A 6'5 junior wing from Hudson, Ohio, number 35, Tyler Miller. And a 6'7 first-year forward from St. Louis, Missouri, number 42, Trevor Reed. The Big Reds are coached by Chris Sullivan in his 4th year as the head coach of the program. Now the starting lineups for your Kalamazoo College Hornets, coached by 5th-year head coach Nick Gard. First up, a 6'2 senior guard from Manchester, Michigan, number 3, Ty Horkey. A 6'2 sophomore guard from Howell, Michigan, number 5, Carter Bandemir. A 6'7 junior forward from Boise, Idaho, number 20, Lucas Broadsword. A 6'5 first-year guard from San Diego, California, number 23, Patrick Perez. And a 6'2 senior guard from Howell, Michigan, number 24, Bobby Samples. And now we're going to hear from Coach Gard on his thoughts before the game for the Hornets coming up in just a few seconds.
Before the game, Coach, always exciting when you get started a new season. What are some of the things you're looking to see out of your team tonight?
Well, we're obviously playing to win. We're confident, but the main thing is we just play hard from start to finish, stay together, have fun, stay connected. If we do those things, that'll help us play with confidence and give ourselves every chance to come out with a win.
Past couple of years, you've been a pretty young team. Not quite the same story this year. A lot of seniors and juniors, guys that have played. What do you think will be key to kind of the growth of the team with these guys getting older?
It's always a process. You're never a finished product, so we're always trying to grow, trying to get better. But like you said, we've been super young, so we've gone through some growing pains, and it's been awesome to see some of our older games and see how we compare now. I do think we're a better team. We have experience. We have more depth. So, that depth leads to more competition and practice. So, hopefully that makes everybody better. So I'm excited about this team, and the experience is a big part of that.
And with that experience, that comes straight from your guards. Guard play, always really important. What do you expect particularly out of guys like Bobby Samples, Ty Horkey going forward tonight?
Well, like you said, we got some strong guards, and Denison's got a lot of size, so they've got us beat there, but they have to guard us. And we shoot the ball really well. We've been shooting it really well in practice. We've been moving the ball selflessly, and so we got to adjust to them. They got to adjust to us, but I'm confident that the way we've been playing in practice, if we can keep that going tonight, it'll be a really good game.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Just heard from Coach Gard, a new experienced team, and we're going to see that new experienced team in just about 8.5 minutes. We thank you all for tuning in. Once again, my name is Zach Metz. Joining me, Dawson Skupin. We hope you enjoyed tonight's matchup between Denison University and Kalamazoo College. These two teams played a year ago. It was a dominant victory for the Big Reds, Denison University. They were successful a year ago, finishing with an overall record at 15-11, 10-6 in their conference, the North Coast Athletic Conference, fourth place making the tournament. Kalamazoo had their struggles going 5-20, 3-11 in MIAA play. They're in the home whites. The letters and numbers in orange, outlined in black. They got the orange and black striped down the side. Denison in red, the numbers and letters in white, outlined in white. Tip away, Hornets control first possession. The 2023-24 season underway. They go to Lucas Broadsword. Down early now. Horky coming off of a screen. Goes on the brakes. Now Broadsword working with the right. Into the painted area. Pump fake. Back out Perez. He'll try a three. Off to the right. Here come the Big Reds the other way. Rebound to Tyler Miller. Miller had a successful game against the Hornets a season ago. Left that with 15 points.
You know, good start. Even though the freshman missed the first shot, you know, he has the confidence to pull that corner three, so you'd like to see that.
Cameron Smith. Tough defense from the Hornets. It's going to lead to a turnover. Perez came to steal the pass as they tried to enter into Trevor Reed. Broadsword controls, trying to go to Perez on the cut. Knocked away by Reed. Reed's got some length to him as he stands at 6'7". Broadsword working on Ricky Radke. 10 to shoot for Kalamazoo. Perez has it, goes to Bandemer. Back to Perez, clock down to 5. He'll fade away off the glass, not there. Radke grabs it. Radke is an all-conference player a year ago, second team all-North Coast.
Another good look for him, just unable to finish there.
Reed has it on the block, trying to work on the freshman. Loses possession. It's going to be out of bounds to the Hornets. No points. About 86 seconds in.
A little bit of a sloppy start for the Big Red. A little bit unexpected, bringing back so much from last year's team.
Some full court pressure. Both teams bringing a lot back, as you mentioned in the open. Kalamazoo, a lot of returning players.
Yeah, with that, you know, a lot of them out too. So let's see if these younger guys can also step up and take a step from last year.
The Hornets without DJ Courtney, the leading returning scorer aside from Lucas Broadsword, who has it now. Gives to Horky on the handoff. Now back to Broadsword. Broadsword to the elbow to the block. Double comes. In trouble. Got it out to Perez. Mishandles it a little bit, but 5 to shoot. Perez is going to have to drive again. That one swatted away by Reed. Broadsword got it back. And I believe they're going to have a shot clock violation. Yes, they will.
Yep. Got blocked, never touched the rim. Almost a good follow from Broadsword.
Andrew Otten, Jimmy Jarrett III, and Eric Bach are our officials tonight. And on the Hornets with a little bit of full court pressure from their, something you don't see a whole lot from them. Trying to use the experience of their guards, both of their primary ball handlers, Horky and Samples, both four-year players. And now I believe a shot clock issue here.
I think they're just trying to make it a little bit tougher for them to get it up and down the court, you know, try to disrupt their flow of their offense to start this game.
Yeah, neither team's really had much flow, but whatever one they may have gotten into, disrupted by that whistle.
0-0 here, still 2 minutes into the game. So you can break the seal.
Tyler Miller will inbound near the Big Reds bench. And Cameron Smith will be the primary ball handler on this possession. He's guarded by Horky. Radke's got it. Averaged 12.8 a year ago. Here comes a three. That's good. First basket of the game, Scotty Dean. Dean, the junior out of Chicago, and now picks up Samples full court.
That was a confident top of the arc three right there.
Broadsword gives up to the Hornets standstill shooter, Carter Bandemer. He'll drive, finds Ty Horky. He'll try a three in the corner. Not quite there. Rebound, Big Reds. Reed handling, has to give it up to Miller. Dean had nearly a carry, now backing down Horky. Fades away, gets it to go. Tyler Miller does it himself, and the two big reds that did damage to Kalamazoo a year ago doing damage early. Miller and Dean both with 15.
Definitely got the size advantage there over the smaller guard, Horky.
Yeah, that's something Coach Gard talked about before the game, that Denison definitely had a size advantage with the guards.
Yep, you can definitely see it out there on the court too.
Samples the dribble handoff out to Vandermeer, wanted to shoot the three, well defended by Dean. A lot of defensive pressure early for Denison. Horky gonna get downhill, up with the left. A tough bucket for the first of the game for Kalamazoo.
Great finish right there by Ty Horky.
Horky averaged 10.5 a year ago. Cameron Smith all the way to the basket, and he scores. That's some quickness right there.
Right back at him, didn't even have time to set up on defense there.
Man-to-man pressure from the Big Reds. They lead at 7-2. Broadsword has on the block, trying to work on Miller, out Perez. Now Horky. He'll pump fake, has the taller man on him, steps back, tried to go into Broadsword, and the quick hands from Recchi.
Right there, I mean, there's another example of that size from the Big Red. It's going to be tough to get down into the post, and when you're down there, finishing, because they are swarming down there on the block.
Kellen Smith, the freshman, in for the first time for Denison. Also Nick Heath, the sophomore. Heath averaged 7.5 a year ago. They inbound to Broadsword. Broadsword crossing, kicks out. Horky driving on the freshman, fades away and scores. Ty Horky with the 4 Hornet points so far in this game. And Kalamazoo getting ready to make a hockey sub as Heath turns it over.
Another tough bucket for Ty Horky, and you like to see that from your senior guard starting off the game with a couple of points.
Carter Vandermeer stays for Kalamazoo. End of the game, DJ Ferguson, the junior, transferred from Heidelberg. Gabriel Sharp, the senior, Dougie Blackwood, the sophomore, and J.J. Stevens, the sophomore. Ferguson scored 3.5 a game at Heidelberg a year ago. They enter into Stevens on the block. Sharp comes off a screen, goes downhill. He's going to be grabbed. The first foul of this game is going to be called on Denison's Kellen Smith. You know when Gabe Sharp gets into the game, he loves to shoot the rock.
And already attacking right there on his first touch. Got the foul. Almost traveled before that, but got the call from the ref.
Yeah, sometimes when Gabe Sharp's got the ball, you don't quite know what's going to happen, but it works out. Denison makes some more subs. Dre Rogers, a junior, is in. Also Aiden King, a sophomore.
A lot of subbing early in this game. Keep the bodies fresh, nerves down for the first game.
Emmett Burnside, senior, into the game. Ferguson working. He's going to be fouled by Rogers, who got him, I believe, with a hand check. Yep.
It was good defense for the first 5 seconds of it, but got a little handsy at the very end there.
And Ferguson's a guy who impressed me a lot in that exhibition game against Western Michigan. A lot with his quickness and his ability to handle the ball against some really tough guards. Ferguson will step back, try a 3 here. A little long. Rebound to King. Denison trying to work quickly. They throw into the post. Nearly taken away. Burnside had it nearly knocked away. Now Heath a long 3, not there. Rebound King, he'll get it back and score. Rebounding was an area where the Hornets struggled a year ago. They had a rebound margin at -8.5. They give up an offensive rebound there, and it's 2.
Yeah, you can see no one down there for them boxing out.
Rogers nearly stole it, and then Ferguson turned it over.
Looks like Vandermeer was not expecting that ball to come over to his side. Thought it was going to go to the other side of the key.
I think Ferguson wanting him to kind of move into the wing position for a 3. Burnside's got it. They give it to Heath. Heath working downhill. Kicks it out. They swing it. And unable to handle the pass initially was Smith. Now King will try a 3. That's good. Smooth from Aiden King. He's got 5 points, and Denison with an 8-point lead early. Blackwood is going to be bumped and a foul called. I believe King's going to pick this one up.
Yeah, when you're struggling a little bit on offense on these set plays, you know, getting out in transition quickly like the Hornets just did there will help you lead to some easy offensive points.
Dougie Blackwood will shoot the first 2 free throws of the season for Kalamazoo. He was 50% a year ago. A little long on the first one. Kalamazoo not a great free throw shooting team overall last year, just 65.7%. It was a little uncharacteristic of them. Coach Gard was talking about how they've been shooting the ball well leading up to this game. Second free throw good for Blackwood. Rogers handling. King gets it inside and scores over Stevens. Aiden King giving the Hornets nightmares right now at 6'7", a big, strong senior.
And he's off to a hot start. I think he has, half of the team's points so far?
You are correct. Denison with 14, King with 7. Sharp comes off the screen. Spinning on the baseline to the rim, and is going to be fouled by Burnside. Kalamazoo's doing one thing well right now. It's drawing fouls.
It looked like he was going nowhere for a second there, but a good, strong move to get in position underneath the basket and go up and draw that foul.
Sharp was Kalamazoo's leading scorer in that exhibition against the Broncos. Had 15. Missed short on the first free throw.
Unhappy with himself there after that first miss.
Yeah, a little bit short. Couldn't quite get the shooter's roll. He'll get one more opportunity. And he drains it.
It's rare you see them go up to the line and miss both here.
Big Reds by 8. Burnside's got it.
You'd think they look back to King here.
And Burnside's going to pick up his second foul with an illegal screen call. 5th team one already. We're about 6.5 minutes in. Radke's going to come back in.
Not a great start to the game, already having 5 fouls, only 6.5 minutes into the game.
Sharp, physical with Heath. Goes all the way to the rim, scores with the right on the Euro step.
Good strong finish again for him down there in the paint.
Heath crossing over on Vandermeer, goes all the way to the rim. Pump fake, gets him in the air and scores. Nick Heath off the bench with his first bucket.
Seems whenever Kalamazoo gets down and makes a bucket, they always come back strong.
And Vandermeer answers on the other end with the first 3 of the ball game for the Hornets.
You also like to see that. Another guy who's trying to take a big step, pulls up for a confident 3 and hits it.
King wants it on the block. He gets it. He's grabbed by Blackwood. First foul against Kalamazoo.
And they're trying to go to the hot hand, as you would expect here early in the game.
Some more substitutions coming. Samples back in for the Hornets. Taking Vandermeer out. And the Big Reds make a plethora of substitutions. It looks like all of the original starters back in. Reed, Smith, Dean, and Miller. Dean gives to Smith. Smith downhill, fading away from the bucket, not there. Stevens the rebound.
Good defense by JJ right there to make that a tough layup.
Samples keeps the ball alive. Now Blackwood to Sharp in the corner. Sharp tries to drive and I believe bounced it off his foot. So a turnover for Kalamazoo there, Will.
He's been liking that baseline drive, just an unfortunate bounce off of his foot there.
Puts it back in possession of the Big Reds. Hornets getting ready to make some more subs. Reed's got it. Radke had it taken away by Ferguson, who saves it to Samples. Ferguson will pull up from the mid-range. Not quite there. Loose ball is going to stay on this end with the Hornets, and Broadsword and Horkey will re-enter. Alex Roof in for the first time. Up and down the floor, a lot of shots have gone up in the early going.
Maybe a little bit more size here for the Hornets to try to match the Big Reds.
Yeah, both teams have shot a decent percentage, as this one's going to stay with Kalamazoo. Turnovers early have been an issue, particularly for Denison. They've got 5 of them, Kalamazoo with 3. However, the Big Reds have made up for that by converting 7 of 9 from the floor. Led by Aiden King, 7. Broadsword working on Radke. Broadsword trying to find somewhere to go. Roof on the back cut, the reverse lay there.
Great backdoor cut from Roof. And Broadsword is able to see him and find him for the bucket.
Miller trying to go all the way to the rim. Radke couldn't hold on to it. Reed tries a 3, misses. Short rebound, Hornets.
I don't know how well Reed shoots the 3 ball, but doesn't look to seem like his spot.
Samples wanted Broadsword on the roll, and it just wasn't there. Reed's a freshman out of St. Louis.
Full court pressure again from the Hornets.
Samples went for the steal, didn't get it on Dean. And he will have to recover, able to slow it down. Reed gives to Miller. He pulls a 3, not quite there. Horkey comes down with it.
Another deep 3, but if you like it, take it.
Broadsword gets on the block. He's fouled. Radke's going to get the call. That's his first, 6th team one. Hornets will be shooting the rest of the way in this half. We haven't even played 9 minutes.
That's a big foul, already putting the Hornets in the bonus, as you just said. Shooting free throws for the last 11 minutes of a half is a good thing for the Hornets here.
Horkey off the screen, mid-range jumper. He loves that shot. And the Hornets are within 1 on a bit of a run here.
He loves that little fadeaway to the baseline.
Smith nearly turned it over. Radke has it. Miller around the screen, gets into the paint. Well defended by Broadsword. Race for it. Smith got it. Sharp defending.
A little physical down there in the corner.
10 to shoot. Dean off the screen. 3 is good. That's an answer. Scotty Dean with his second 3 of the night.
He looks good up there from the top of the key, pulling that 3 ball.
Horkey slows it down. Roof trying on the back cut. Bounced around. It's going to stay with Kalamazoo. That was close. Looked like it hit a couple of feet.
Looks like it went off Reed at the very end of it. We'll stay with Kalamazoo.
Reed and Smith come out. King as well as Rogers come back in. Horkey off the screen. Takes a dribble. Now in a bit of trouble. Samples came off looking to shoot it. Enters to Broadsword. Double comes out. Samples 3. Just a tad short. And Roof is going to get fouled. It's going to be the second one on Dre Rogers. Foul trouble hitting the Big Reds in this first half. We're approaching the midway mark. We haven't had a timeout or anything. It's been nonstop action since this one tipped off.
On that inbound play, it looked like Ty Horkey wanted to go back to a shot, that little fadeaway on the baseline, but double team came and he was unable to get it.
Roof did not attempt a free throw last year, according to my numbers.
Shocking.
You know, they could always be incorrect, but sometimes I forget to write things down. I don't think I did this time, though. First one rattles in and out. Free throws have not been kind to Kalamazoo so far. They're 2 of 5.
See if they can stay right around that 50% mark.
Smith comes back in for Denison as Rogers exits with the fouls. Second free throw drops in. Hornets back within 3.
1 of 2 at the line for the Hornets is the story of the day so far.
3 of 6 overall. Kellen Smith's got it. Out to King. Dean, that was poked away. Nearly losing it was Dean. Radke gets it, drives downhill, floating with the left. That's in and out. Roof in a bit of trouble, but able to escape it. He's another experienced guy in this team, a senior. Brings it over the timeline, and now Samples will initiate the offense. Horkey trying to drive downhill, spinning, fading, off the glass and in. Ty Horkey with 8.
That's what you like to see, your senior guard taking over this game a little bit here in the beginning.
1-point game here. Miller's got it. Driving downhill, tough defense from Sharp. Miller trying to go back the other way, stopped again, and then nearly threw it away, and King will be the one to do it. Samples has it. Racing up the court. Sharp, transition, 3. Just a tad to the right. Horkey, the offensive rebound. He fades away. His rattles out, and Broadsword's going to get called for the loose ball foul.
Two pretty good looks to, really start that run strong. Just unable to finish on the offensive end.
And Denison will take the first time out of this game. Non-stop action for 11 minutes and 2 seconds. Kalamazoo trailing the Denison Big Reds by 1 by a score of 19-18. Fun and entertaining first half of this first half, between Kalamazoo College and Denison University. The Big Reds leading it 19-18.
At the beginning, it looked like Denison was going to start to pull away, but the Hornets have fought back, make this a one-point game.
Connor Koke is in for the first time, the freshman. They're trying to get Radke the ball. He has it here, outside the paint. Backing down on Stevens, and Stevens going to get called for the block.
I think he was in the restricted area. That's why they called that one.
That was very, very close.
Looked to be set, so I would think that's what the ref was seeing on that one.
No shot on the play. It'll be Denison ball out of bounds. Just the third team foul on Kalamazoo. First on Stevens. As we take a quick moment to wipe off the floor.
Excited to see Connor Koke into the game for the first time. 6'8", freshman. See if he can add a little bit of size for the Hornets against this big red lineup.
Koke out of Macomb, Michigan. Dean got it off the inbound. Now Radke's got it. Hornets got to find a way to switch back. They do. King tries a three, not there. Horky had the rebound. Dean came in from behind to take it away. Now Radke on the block. Dean, he'll come off a screen, fire a three. That's in and out. Koke gets the rebound, poked away. King's gonna dive for it. Extra position. Oh, what a move by Kellen Smith. I think there was a wet spot that might have caused that. Horky hit the deck. Extra possessions though, and the offensive rebounds. There was only one entering that possession for Denison.
Let's hope it was a wet spot right there.
It appears to be the issue. Still only one, and Kalamazoo's going to actually get credited with 2 turnovers on that sequence of events. Each team with 6. The difference, though, Denison with 8 points off the turnovers, Kalamazoo with 4. And it's a 3-point game right now. Perez is back in for Kalamazoo as well. Koke might have been looking for a 3. Perez stepped out of bounds. He'll get a turnover.
Just unfortunate, touched that line a little bit with his foot. Had a slight opening maybe for a drive. And unable to convert on that one.
Smith will handle. And now a clock issue once again.
A little trouble with the shot clock early here. Hopefully we can get that one fixed.
They usually resolve it quickly.
Both coaches taking this timeout to try to set up an offensive play and defense for the Hornets.
King gets it on the inbound. Smith running off the screen, gets all the way to the rack, has it blocked by Koki.
Great defense, staying straight up and tall in the paint. Use that 6'8" frame.
Bannemer handles this one. They enter to Stevens. Horky trying to free himself up, and he was grabbed by Dean. That'll be his first, and it will send Ty Horky to the line. The leading scorer for Kalamazoo will shoot 1 and 1. Reed re-enters, taking out Radke.
A big advantage on the fouls here for the Hornets early. Already shooting 1 and 1, and Denison only at 3 so far.
Horky 67.3% a year ago. Calmly hits the first.
Again, what you like to see from your senior guard. Step to the line. No nerves there. Knock down the first free throw. See if we can break the 1-2 trend.
There's an opportunity to do so here. Horky calmly goes 2 for 2, breaking that trend of splitting pairs of free throws. And he is into double figures, the first player on either side to do so. Reed, and a foul is going to be called on Perez. That's a tough position for Patrick Perez there. He's going to be whistled for his first. Horky and Koki will come out. Samples and Ferguson back in. Bit of a smaller lineup for Kalamazoo. They do keep Perez in the game and Stevens operating at the 5. Dean catches it off the screen, hands it back to Heath, who's back in. Smith, Dean off the screen, 3, too strong. Strong rebound by Stevens. Hornets can take the lead here. They only trail 1. Perez will slow down, go to Samples. Skips it across Ferguson. He'll go baseline, up with King, and he scores. Kalamazoo with their first lead of the game. Perez the steal, the other way for 2 more.
What a swing of events right there for the Hornets.
They have a 3-point lead, and the momentum their way.
The bench is fired up now. See if they can get a stop to add to this.
Reed's got it. Physical D from Stevens. He'll start to back down. Knocked over. Offensive foul.
You can tell Stevens loves that move. Second time he's done it tonight, and he gets the call there.
Trevor Reed picks up his first. It's the 9th against Denison. The rest of the way, the Kalamazoo Hornets will be shooting 2.
I think we're going to try to pick up that full court pressure again, try to take the Hornets out of this little rhythm they found themselves in here after that timeout.
Emmett Burnside back in despite the 2 fouls. So is Dre Rogers, so both guys with 2.
See if they can attack number 33 down there in the post. See if they get him with his 3rd foul, get him out of the game.
Samples handling against Heath. Sharp's got it. He'll jab, tried to throw it into Stevens, and it was going to be tipped by Burnside.
A little bit of a sloppy pass, but is bailed out by that tip there.
Yeah, fortunate break for Kalamazoo. Samples will inbound. They get it into Stevens. Samples knocked down. They wanted a trip. They didn't get it. Ferguson on the cut. He's fouled. It's going to be 3 on either Burnside or Rogers. I believe it's Rogers.
I think Rogers got him on a hold while he was cutting. That's why he was unable to handle that pass.
3rd foul on Dre Rogers.
Not good to pick up your 3rd foul, but it looked like he had an easy layup if he catches that pass. So see if he can hit these free throws.
2 for DJ Ferguson. First one is good.
Kalamazoo trying to pick up that free throw percentage from last year here.
Jack Steinbach is in for the first time today for Denison, the freshman out of St. Louis. Ferguson 2 for 2. The Hornets with a 5-point lead. Burnside got it, backdoor cut. What a move, up and slamming it down is Nick Heath. Only listed at 6'4", which in the basketball world isn't that tall, but he rose up off of both feet.
Caught the defense sleeping down there with that backdoor cut for the easy flush.
Ferguson in trouble, threw it away, trying to go to Samples. Three-point lead for Kalamazoo, and Cameron Smith back in. Samples pressuring, he's going to get called for the foul on Steinbach.
Looks like he got him with the hand on the back on that inbound pass. Just a little bit too physical. Samples still not on the board. Trying to see him get going here.
He's only taking one shot. He's got an assist. Burnside is looking inside to Reed, who just came back in. Broadsword guarding Reed. He also just came back in. Reed goes baseline. Too strong on that finish.
Good move to get underneath. Just force it up there too strong.
Sharp off the screen. He'll try a three. That's too long. Hornets struggling from beyond the arc. They're just 1 of 7 tonight. And this one in a bit of a no man's land, but Burnside gets it. Driving on Sharp. And Burnside spins the other way, and a foul.
Physical defense down there. They're banging bodies down low in the paint. I think they want a goaltending call here.
I think the Hornets are catching a break here. Sharp's going to get called for the foul, but it looked like Broadsword made contact with the rim. That wasn't seen.
The coaches definitely saw it, but the refs did not. And like you said, Kalamazoo catches a break, sends it to the line for 2.
Burnside was a 50% shooter a year ago. This first one rattles off. That's the first free throw attempt of the game for Denison, as Horkey will come back in, take out Ferguson.
And that break pays off for the Hornets. At least 1 point for sure.
Burnside scored just 3.1 a year ago. Missed both of them. Loose ball is going to go to Denison as they can't hold on to the rebound.
Sharp tried to corral the rebound, hit it off Vandermeer. Unfortunate bounce for the Hornets. Give it right back.
Quite been able to grip the basketball as well as you would like. We're under 5 minutes in the first half, and Kalamazoo ahead by 3. They feel it probably could be more. Burnside down low, and another foul against Sharp.
That's a few quick fouls down there on the defensive end for Kalamazoo.
And Sharp, who picked up his second, is going to come out of this game as Perez is going to re-enter.
Puts the Big Red in the bonus after having that big foul advantage.
Yeah, it'll be a 1-and-1 for Burnside.
After missing 2, let's see if he can step up, shake that off.
Misses that one. Horkey holds on to it. So Burnside got 3 tries and came up empty on all of them. And Kalamazoo will keep their 3-point lead. Vandermeer gets it off the screen, tries a 3. That one a little long. Vandermeer, the only Hornet to hit one so far. Might not be the worst thing. Reed got it. He's going to be fouled from behind by Samples. That's Samples' second, but that prevents a dunk for Trevor Reed. It will send him to the line.
Probably a little bit of a momentum shift as well. It was a good foul there by Bobby Samples.
8th team foul against Kalamazoo. Blackwood will likely take him out with 4.5 to go. Samples not a guy you want to pick up 2 fouls. Reed will shoot 2. Yet to score tonight. Calmly hits the first. So Samples out, Blackwood in. The Hornet lineup, Vandermeer, Blackwood, Horkey, Perez, and Broadsword. The Big Red lineup will go Smith, Steinbach, as the second one good from Reed. Also in Burnside and Heath. Horkey had it knocked out of bounds by Smith as Perez was trying to get it in. They'll make another sub. They'll bring Dean back in, as well as Miller and Radke. Full court pressure from Denison continues, and Vandermeer catches the inbound after some pressure. Hornets being forced to really work to get this over the timeline. Clock's running down, they get it over.
1 second to spare there.
Broadsword, Horky, open, passed up the three, took a dribble and try when it was tipped into the arms of Perez, who couldn't finish, and then he's going to get called for the foul. And Reed is going to go back to the line for a 1-and-1 that can give Denison the lead back. So after the Hornets went up by 5, a little mini run that's been coming at the free throw line primarily for Denison.
Horky had a pretty good look at three, passed it up, and took a little bit more of a contested one. Looked like it got tipped on the way up. But Perez was in a great spot for the rebound, just unable to finish.
Reed 2 for 2 at the line tonight. And he knocks it down. He's got a quick rhythm, a good motion, and calmly knocking down all 3 free throws in his first collegiate game. Trevor Reed. Denison retakes the lead. They lead at 27-26. Horky gets it in. He's guarded by Dean. Horky on the back cut, taken away. Steinbach has come in and made a big contribution. Reed crosses over, loses it, kept it, and then turns it over.
The Denison bench wanted a foul there. The Hornet bench thought it was just great defense. No call from the refs.
Another turnover. It's the 10th of the night for the Big Reds.
A little bit of a sloppy game here for the start for both teams.
Vandermeer gets it across the timeline. He's guarded by Steinbach, who has made some nice contributions. Roof on another back cut. Kicks out Horky. Blackwood. Vandermeer. Open three. That's good.
Great ball movement by the Hornets there on that possession.
Vandermeer with his second three. Hornets back in front. Reed. Kick across. Steinbach the three. Missed everything. Radke, who just came back in, flew across for that rebound. Steinbach cut and got to the rim. Rejected by Blackwood.
A tough sequence there for Steinbach, but his teammates always have his back. A little welcome to college basketball for him there.
Hornets go to a bit of a zone look. Reed will try a three in the corner, not there. Rebound to Ty Horky.
Reed not afraid to pull it from anywhere.
10 points, 5 rebounds for Horky. Roof wide open in the corner for three, too strong. Falling down, it's gonna hit off of Dean. Dean fell down. I think it was Blackwood who was just trying to get back on defense. And then Dean, over his own feet, hit the ground and the ball hit him.
Yeah, Dean boxing out a little bit too much there. As you said, I think Blackwood was just trying to get back on defense. And
so Kalamazoo will keep it.
Pulls the chair on him there.
The old pull the chair trick. Broadsword gives a screen, kick out, Blackwood open for three. That one rattles in and out, and a foul is going to go on Roof over the top of Reed, which is going to put him back at the line. Double bonus for both teams.
An unfortunate call there because I think Blackwood was there to get his own offensive rebound. Maybe had a lane on the baseline to get a nice layup.
Kalamazoo really struggling from beyond the arc. 2 at 12 now. 16%. Denison at 3 at 10 at 30.
See if Reed can continue this run at the free throw line.
And he's 4 for 4. Been excellent from there tonight. 2:43 to go first half. Hornets leading by 2. And Reed calmly again knocks it down.
A little bit of crowd noise doesn't faze him at all there.
And Smith comes back in. It's Cameron Smith that comes in. That second one good. Denison continuing the pressure. Vandermeer gets it. Has a step on Smith, who recovers on defense. And the Hornets will initiate their offense. And another turnover. 10th one for Kalamazoo. Each team with 10 in a tie ball game.
The Hornets have hit that back cut a lot, and they're still looking for it. Let's see if the Big Red can adjust. And, see that one coming a little more often.
These two teams really even, each with 10 turnovers, each with 10 field goals. The difference, Kalamazoo, one more free throw. Denison's got one more three. Radke working hard on Broadsword. They throw it right to Broadsword. 11th turnover for Denison. Broadsword will initiate the offense. Bannemer. He's going to try and work on Radke himself. Broadsword back the other way. High glass, couldn't get it. Horkey couldn't quite hold on to that rebound, but a good fight from Ty Horkey, who's got 10 and 5 in this first half as we're under 2 minutes.
Horkey scrapping on the offensive glass, which you like to see from your senior guard. See if they can get Radke going a little bit here.
And all-conference player, averaged close to 13 points a game last year, held scoreless. Battling with Broadsword on the block right now. Miller looked like he wanted to try it, goes back to Dean. We know he can shoot it. He's going to get down low, kick this out. King in the corner, a good look for three, not there. Smith, nobody boxed him out. He's going to get the easy rebound and bucket.
With that, Denison retakes the lead.
And Big Red's leading 31-29.
As basketball always is, a game of runs. Denison on a little bit of a run here.
Roof will give to Blackwood. Roof got it back. Broadsword on the roll. Goes up, count the basket.
I think he was trying to go right through him on that one.
He was looking for the moon with how high he reached the ball up in the air. Instead, he settles for the M1 with the layup. Broadsword will shoot one more. That's his first basket of this game. A year ago at the line, as this one away, in and out. Broadsword shot 57%. We stay tied. Stevens awaiting an opportunity to take him out. Miller goes all the way to the rim, and he gets one to go with the foul the other way.
Didn't look very set on defense for the Hornets. And Miller takes advantage with the and one.
Miller's got 4 points. Stevens takes out Broadsword. Foul called on Roof. It's his second. With 1:04, he will stay in for now.
Interesting decision. Don't want to see him pick up his third foul at the last minute.
Miller converts at the 3-point Denison lead. Horkey again on a back cut. He just couldn't hold on. And the 11th turnover for Kalamazoo of the night. 22 turnovers between the two teams. Gives Denison the ball back.
Another good looking backdoor cut, just unable to hold on to that pass. Came in a little hot.
They're trying to get it to Dean through an elevator screen. Couldn't do it. They're finally going to get it to Kuki, or rather Radke. Miller tries a long three, in and out. Radke there for the rebound, a big bump and a foul. And Radke is down. Looked like he got hit in the head.
Took a big shot there trying to get that offensive rebound. Seems to be all right.
A little slow to get up. He's going to try and gather himself, getting up a little wobbly, but he's going to walk it off, say I'm okay, and go to the line for an opportunity to score for the first time tonight.
I think they'll sub him out after he shoots his pair.
Yeah, Reed is waiting to come in. Radke, a 53.4% free throw shooter.
See if he can break the seal on this season.
He does. Denison has been pretty good at the line tonight, 8 of 11. Sharp will take out Roof. Sharp's got the 2 fouls. It's a 4-point lead for the Big Reds. And Radke hits them both, gets his first points of the game, and he will come out.
Shot clock off here at the end of the half. Hornets will probably hold for one.
The possession arrow favors Denison. We haven't seen a jump ball all half, so as of now, the Big Reds would get it to start half number 2. They get this into Bannermer. It was tipped around. Blackwood gave it to Sharp. No whistle, and yeah, now they are going to get a foul call. It's going to be Miller diving for it, just happened to hit the legs of Sharp.
The ref on the near side didn't want to call anything. The ref on the other side of the court ran down, making that call.
Second one on Tyler Miller. That's one of the starters picking up his second. Coming up at halftime, we talked to Lucas Hannafin of both Kalamazoo College basketball and football before the game. Hear from him at halftime as Sharp hits the first free throw. Koki comes back in for Blackwood. Maybe give Kalamazoo an offensive rebound opportunity, or more likely you think it's a defensive substitution.
Yeah, an interesting sub though. Roof still sitting at the table.
He's going to take Sharp out. That's some offense-defense, but Sharp misses the free throw. Denison will likely hold for the last shot. They lead by 4. 36-32. Reed's got it. Stops. And Koki the steal. There's 8 seconds left. Here comes Horkey. He's going to get this up to Sharp. Sharp with 4. Sharp spinning to the rim. And 1! Gabe Sharp, how do you do?
Another strong finish down low. Looked a little bit out of control, but gathered himself, and another strong finish.
Just enough with a second and a half. They're going to take Stevens and Koki out of the paint.
See if they'll finally get this offense-defense sub in.
Sharp gets the roll. They will get the offense-defense. Sharp now 3 of 5 at the line tonight. Hornets 9 of 14 as a team. Not far off from their season average from a year ago. Smith will just heave one short. And Kalamazoo forcing some turnovers and a couple clutch buckets. And then we have a 1-point game at the half. It's been a very, very entertaining first half. Let's take a quick look at the numbers. Denison shooting 46% from the field, 12 of 26. Kalamazoo 42.9, 12 of 28. 3 of 12 from deep for the Big Reds, and the Hornets 2 of 12. That's really the difference in the game right now. Denison 9 of 12 at the free throw line. Kalamazoo 9 of 14. 12 Big Red turnovers to 11 for Kalamazoo. That's no doubt what both coaches are going to be preaching at halftime, right?
You would think so. A little bit of a sloppy game to start your first half of your season. I think both coaches will address that and hopefully get that fixed for the second half.
Kalamazoo led the rebounding battle, but for most of that half, but in the end, it was the Big Reds that came out on top in that half. 18 total boards for the Big Reds to 16 for the Hornets, each team with 6 offensive rebounds. 13 total fouls called on Denison to 12 for Kalamazoo. That evened out too. Kalamazoo ended up with 7 steals to Denison's 3. And we look on the individual side. Aiden King had that hot start for Denison, 7 points. Hadn't scored since. Scotty Dean adding 6, 2 threes. Trevor Reed with 6 points. Tyler Miller with 5. In the rebounding category, King with 3, Reed, Cameron Smith, Nick Heath, and Ricky Radke each with 2. Emmett Burnside has 3 assists for Denison. Foul trouble for the Big Reds. Dre Rogers has 3 of them. Emmett Burnside with 2. Tyler Miller, one of the starters, with 2. On the Kalamazoo side, they're led by Ty Horkey, 10 points, 5 rebounds, a good first half for him. Gabe Sharp adding 7. Carter Vandermeer with 6, 2 3 balls for Vandermeer. Horkey, as we mentioned, with 5 rebounds. Alex Roof and J.J. Stevens each with 2 apiece. Alex Roof, Lucas Broadsword, Dougie Blackwood, and Bobby Samples each with an assist. Foul trouble for the Hornets really started to pile up at the end of the first half. Roof with 2, Blackwood with 2, Bobby Samples with 2, Patrick Perez with 2, and Sharp with 2. Fouls is another thing that both teams got to cut down in the second half, right?
You would think so as well. Denison got into big foul trouble early, but it evened out at the end of the half with the Hornets adding a lot of fouls too.
Well, for now, we're going to take a short break. Be back with you for the second half of action. Before we fully go to break, we're going to hear from Lucas Hannafin. We talked to him before the game. But for now, your halftime score, Denison 36, Kalamazoo 35.
men's basketball action, Kalamazoo College and Denison. We're joined now by Lucas Hannafin of the Hornet basketball team and the Kalamazoo College football team. Lucas, thanks for taking the time. Kind of first off, before we get into too much, just kind of reflect on the football season that you've had with one more game to go.
Yeah, it's been a very successful season. I think getting at least 5 wins, got another game tomorrow, trying to get 6 wins is a huge step up from years prior. And I think we've all had a lot of fun this year.
Kind of talk about some of the skills that you think translate between football and basketball.
I think time management is a pretty big skill. Playing a sport in college is always tough, and playing two makes it tougher, but you learn different tricks and different tools with each one during each season, and yeah.
So you kind of had to move from the outside receiver spot into the slot this season. Some of the differences, similarities between those two receiver spots and how that's contributing to some of the big games that you've been able to have.
First, I'll say, so differences, I would say the routes are a little more outbreaking. I run a lot of corner routes, a lot of out routes, a lot of wheels, and I think that Josh does a really good job throwing those out routes, especially on the rollouts. I get a lot of looks at those, so that kind of contributes to some of the games that I've been having. And similarities, I think, I don't know.
Catching the ball?
Yeah, catching the ball, something like that.
So in your second year here, you've already mentioned some of the development of the football program. What about on the basketball side of things? Where do you kind of expect this season to go on the basketball side?
I'm really excited for this basketball season. We brought in a really good class of freshmen, got some height, which is what we needed, and we're ready to build. Last year wasn't exactly what we wanted, but I think even though the record doesn't show it, I think we made a lot of strides, and I think this year we're ready to kind of take the next step and start winning some more games.
Kind of your own little play style. You're, guard, athletic, fast. Kind of talk about what kind of things you do to kind of give yourself an advantage in a game.
Well, college basketball is always tough when you're on the shorter side, so I try to use what I do best, which is, get after it on defense, move side to side, shoot well. And I think for this team in particular, I'm going to help us a lot with, kind of getting after their guards, give people breaks, and trying to get steals and impact the game everywhere that I can.
Well, appreciate you taking the time. We'll get back to the second half in just a few moments. Hopefully it's going well for the Hornets. Kalamazoo College of Denison. We had Lucas Hannafin just joining us. Thank you once more. And we'll be back for the second half in just a few moments.
We're getting ready to start the second half of action in what has been a fun season opener so far between Kalamazoo College and Denison University. The Big Reds leading it 36-35. Zach Metz, Dawson Scoopin. A lot of turnovers in the first half. We talked about that before we went to the short break. So what do you think are some of the things these teams are going to try and do to limit those turnovers?
You know, it's always a sloppy game in the first game of the season, you know, some nerves, hype around it, and I think that each team will settle down a little bit more. For Kalamazoo, I think the backdoor cut has been there a lot, but they've also turned the ball over a lot. And Denison, they like to run, and a couple of those turnovers that come from sloppy passes trying to get out on the break, so maybe slow it down a little bit, but I think they'll still run the floor a lot.
Only one other MIAA men's basketball game going on tonight. Adrian was playing down at Heidelberg in the Ron Lennart Memorial Tournament. They dropped tonight to Penn State Altoona, 71-67. A close game for the Bulldogs down there. As we're going to get the second half going soon. Quickly recap the top scorers. Ty Horkey with 10 for Kalamazoo. Gabe Sharp with 7. Carter Bandemer with 6. For Denison, it was Scotty Dean, Trevor Reed with 6. Aiden King with 7. He was an animal in the early going. Scoop, what's your favorite animal?
You know, Matt, that's a tough question, but I think it's the year of the elephant for us.
I think that's a great answer. Who doesn't like elephants?
I think you're weird if you don't.
Fair enough. Second half about to get underway. 20 minutes are on the clock.
Let's see if Denison will go back to King here to start this half. He played really well at the beginning of the first half, but didn't get many touches after that. So let's see if we can get back to him.
Kalamazoo will deploy the same starting 5. Broadsword, Perez, Bandemer, Horkey, and Samples. Denison will have it to start the second half. Kalamazoo won the tip. There were no jump balls in that half. And the Big Reds will go with the same starting lineup of their own. Ricky Radke, Cameron Smith, Scotty Reed, or rather Scotty Dean, Trevor Reed, and then Tyler Miller. Cameron Smith will possess the basketball first for the Big Reds. They're trying to go into Radke, who was limited to just 2 points in the first half. Smith going to put his head down and drive all the way to the rim, miss it strong.
Good defense there by Ty Horkey, recovering after that initial quick step he had on him.
And how about Lucas Broadsword battling? Bandemer off a screen, a 3, just a tad strong. Sample's going to get the offensive rebound. Horkey, he's going to drive, lost it on the way up. He's going to be fouled, they will say, on the floor. It's going to be the second foul, I believe, against Dean. Correct, it is his second, 30 seconds into the half. Horkey has it. They enter to Broadsword in the slot. Horkey's got it back. Broadsword on the roll. He goes up and jams it!
That was a nice screen and roll right there for Broadsword.
Over top of Radke.
See if the Hornets can get him going a little bit in the second half. Only 2 shots in that first half.
Kalamazoo scores first in the half. They have a 1-point lead. Miller fakes. He drives. Might have gotten away with a bit of a push off. Reed, the corner 3, no good. Perez comes over to rebound.
Reed, not afraid to pull it from 3 in his first collegiate game.
Broadsword gives to Bandemer. Bandemer off a screen, trying to put his head down and get to the rim. Horkey's got it. Horkey lost it. Smith the steal, still loose. A fight for it. Horkey's got it out to Perez. Perez got a man in the air. Samples couldn't quite hold on to it. Now Bandemer, the pump fake and go. He'll go all the way up and get fouled.
I think Perez had a chance to go up and under on that one. He got Reed in the air, but looked back out and passed it out instead of looking to attack the rim after the pump fake.
Might have been close to traveling. In the end, it's going to be Bandemer going to the line for 2. It's the third on Tyler Miller, which means he's going to have to come out of this game. Emmett Burnside will come back in. He was held scoreless in the first half, picked up 2 fouls, but had 3 assists. Bandemer shooting 2.
Almost a crazy finish underneath from Carter.
Yeah, he looked to go up and under. And the first free throw rattles out. Bandemer's one of the few free throw shooters on the team last year who had a very high percentage. 81.8%. He hits the second. Arguably the best standstill shooter on this team. He's got 7 tonight. Hornets with a 2-point lead. Dre Rogers back in. He's got 3 fouls. Smith gets it inbounds.
Hornets with a little bit of pressure, but fall back eventually.
Yeah, I think that's trying to slow down Denison. Smith got all the way to the rim, lost it, into the hands of Broadsword.
Had a lane, but got poked from behind, I believe.
Broadsword gives to Bannerman. He's going to drive. He's going to get all the way to the rim. Finishes over Reed.
What a great finish. Keeping that outstretched arm away from Reed, so he was able to finish and not get swatted there.
Carter Bannerman's got some underrated ability to jump and the length he's got too. Burnside will drive, looking for Reed on the back cut, not there. Now Smith, he drives, hangs into the air and scores. Tough bucket for Cameron Smith. Porky racing the other way, tried to get it to Broadsword, and then Rogers poked it out of bounds.
I think he was looking to pass, and it actually got stolen out of his hands right to Broadsword. Unable to hold on to it. Stay with the Hornets, though.
Hornets keep it. Samples will inbound underneath the bucket off to, actually I think they're going to put him on the sideline here as the ball seems to have gone astray.
He took a hard tumble into that bench over there. The injured players at the end. Got up and ran.
I think he dove in, and Nick Almeida and Caleb Call both are out tonight. Call's a starter from last year. They're going to be looking forward to the day he's back. Perez avoids the steal. Samples pulls it back, and now a little bit of zone action for the Big Reds. And they try to go to Vandermeer. Smith the steal.
Switch it up to a 1-3-1. Works out for him there.
Vandermeer knocked to the floor, and he drew the offensive foul.
That's a big one again on Burnside. I think that's his third.
It is the third on Burnside. Vandermeer was just waiting in the lane for Burnside to come in.
Already passed it up. Just unfortunate, can't stop himself that quickly, but a great charge call from Vandermeer.
Quickly, 3 fouls against Denison in the half, almost similar to the first half. They go back to that 1-3-1 zone here. Samples gonna step into a 3, bang!
Great confidence shot from Bobby Samples. You like to see him get a few more shots like that if they stay in this 1-3-1.
And Reed's gonna get called for the offensive foul.
Another great play from Samples, not giving up on the play. Gets bumped. That's all hustle right there.
Reed gets his second. 5-point Hornet lead. Denison trying to create their own energy, stay in it. They stick in the zone.
They're in this 1-3-1, but their wings are playing very soft, which is unusual for a 1-3-1 defense.
Porky, Perez in the corner, the 3. Missed it just a tad long. Smith puts his head down. He draws the foul, missed it long. He'll go to the line for 2.
I think Denison going to this 1-3-1, they'll give up a lot of open 3 looks to the Hornets, but I think that's what they wanted to do.
Kalamazoo just 3 of 15 on the night.
Not shooting very well. They'll give up a few open looks around the arc instead of layups.
And Smith is an excellent free throw shooter, 92.9% at the line. He calmly knocks the first one through as Sharp will come take out Perez.
It's a smooth stroke at the line.
Smith's now tied for the leading scorer for Denison at 7, and he makes it 8 for himself. He now leads the Big Reds and will come out of this game. Nick Heath back in. Denison as a team just under 70% free throw shooting. Sharp survived the bump, nearly traveled. Yes, he did.
Another baseline drive, trying to jump stop. Just couldn't control himself there. He's had some success down there, just unable to control himself there.
13 Hornet turnovers to 15 for the Big Red.
Thought that it would be a little bit less sloppy, but hasn't held true at the beginning of the second half.
They switched up the looks a little bit defensively, Denison has. You imagine that's going to contribute. King gives to Rogers. Heath going to get an open look for 3 to tie it. Not there. Foul called, and I believe this is going on Denison. Yes, it is.
On the box out underneath, I think that was Gabe Sharp trying to get in there.
Burnside's getting the whistle. It's his 4th.
That is a big foul.
Which means Radke is going to have to play a lot of minutes. Probably not something he's not used to. As we mentioned earlier, all-conference player a year ago, second team all-NCAC.
Burnside struggling a little bit in the first game of the season here. 4 fouls. I don't believe he's attempted a field goal yet, though.
Nearly turning it over was Horkey. He's able to keep possession. Dean got another hand on it, and then a foul just going after the ball. That's a foul, I think, if you're Chris Sullivan and the Denison coaching staff, you can accept.
Yes, you love to see that from the point guy in your 1-3-1. Dean flying around, almost gets a turnover 3 times, just unfortunate to bump into him and get a foul call there.
However, we're 4 minutes in, and 16 fouls have been called on Denison. That's the 3rd one on Dean.
Very similar start to the first half. Denison picking up those fouls early.
So the Denison foul trouble, Burnside 4, Rogers, Miller, Dean with 3. Reed has 2. Kalamazoo's got Perez with 3. Nobody else with more than 2.
Switch out of that 1-3-1, back to a man zone.
Yeah, back to that man-to-man look. Ferguson just came in, and Reed does, or rather Dean does get rewarded with the steal. Dean gonna go all the way to the block, pass out. Heath, pump fake, drives, and a block gonna be called on Sharp. And they are gonna say it's on the way up, which means Heath will go to the line for 2. He's an excellent free throw shooter, 80%.
He was set up out there, but just not very much contact to draw a charge there.
Heath has 4 points. He hits the first free throw.
You still love to see the Hornets. There's been a lot of attempts to take charges here, which you like to see from your team in the first game.
43-41, Kalamazoo leading just over 4 minutes into the second half. Samples bringing it up. And they're back to the zone look here. Samples walks in. Skips it, Sharp. He'll pump fake. Nearly lost it. Now enters into broadsword. He gets doubled. It was tipped. And Radke, I believe, was out of bounds, which is a fortunate break for Kalamazoo. No, it was Sharp who was out of bounds.
I think Sharp got away with the travel earlier in that possession as well. A little bit of a makeup call. Sharp pleading his case with the ref.
Roof comes in for Sharp. Denison can take the lead in what's been a back and forth game all night here. Rogers bringing it up. He's guarded by Ferguson. King's back in as well. Radke looking for King. Heath fakes, gets downhill. He'll go with the reverse, not there. Broadsword rebounds.
Some good help defense by Ferguson to help out Bandemir on that drive.
Man-to-man look here. Bandemir to Ferguson. He's going to go baseline, pull up from the mid-range. Misses short. A tough fight for the rebound, and a jump ball is going to give this back to Kalamazoo. Broadsword and King going after it.
Seems to be Ferguson's shot there. I think he's had a couple of pull-ups. Looks smooth, just unable to finish.
And Horkey's going to come back in. Bandemir's going to come out. Stevens going to come in for the first time this half. Broadsword's going to come out.
A little bit slow on this inbound play.
They get it in the roof. 20 to shoot. Horkey's got it. Samples comes off screen, a 3. Missed it, not too close. And a timeout given to the Big Reds. off of the loose ball. Denison will have it. It's been back and forth all half. Hornets leading it by one, 14-31 second half, 43-42. Short timeout. Big Reds have it after corralling that Samples missed three.
Yeah, a very smart play by Heath. Was on the ground, nowhere to really go, and calls a timeout. They have a lot of those to spare. Not many timeouts in that first half.
They still trail Kalamazoo College by one. They enter into Radke. King pops open, a three for the lead. Gonna bounce around. Heath went back up, got fouled on the putback. Another offensive rebound.
Really good set play out of that timeout to get King open for a three, just unable to hit again. Hasn't really gotten that shot back from that quick start in the first half.
Heath has 2 free throws to give Denison the lead. The Big Reds have been good at the line tonight. 13 of 16, 81%. Kalamazoo 10 of 16, 62.5%. Heath is 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. And that one's going to rattle around and go.
Got the shooter's roll on that one.
So we got a tie game. Heath can give Denison the lead back. Calmly knocks it down.
Looks like that 1-3-1's back. The bench calling out ones for him.
Yeah, that appears to be the call. It's one for the zone. Roof in the corner for three. Yes, sir! Kalamazoo immediately gets the lead back.
Good looking shot in the corner there from Roof. No hesitation. Pulls and hits.
Roof with 3 points. Heath's going to try and answer. He can't do it. Ferguson the rebound. Up ahead to Roof going quickly. Lost it and had to throw it into the hands of Radke.
Had Samples trailing, but just ain't able to throw an accurate pass.
Kellen Smith pulls up from the mid-range and gets it.
Great back and forth game to start the second half. You'd want nothing more from this game.
An entertaining season opener for certain. Horkey got Radke in the air, step back. Now Ferguson has an open three. Couldn't quite get it. It's the open ones just haven't been consistently falling for the Hornets tonight.
Talk about that pass from Bobby Samples.
Yeah, Rogers was coming up trying to steal a ball, and now a foul going to be called on Roof. And both teams going to make a good number of substitutions. Broadsword and Blackwood going to come in for the Hornets. For Denison, it's Cameron Smith as well as Dean and Steinbach.
I'm still surprised that they haven't been trying to get Radke going here. Even in the second half, a slow first half, but even in the second half, they really haven't been trying to get him the ball very much besides the first 1 or 2 possessions.
Yeah, he scored just under 13 a game last year. Shot at over 62%. He's posting up here, but Broadsword's been a good job defending. They might have him here. They do get on the ball here. He spins back the other way, throws one up, and scores.
That was a nice drop step down there in the post.
That's why you give him the ball.
Got to get your all-conference player the ball down there.
Denison retakes the lead. It's 48-46. Horkey going to step into a three. That's not there, just missing again. And then they lose King, pump fake, and oh, he traveled. Denison can't believe it.
I think he did pick up that pivot foot a little bit. It's a close call for sure, though. Unfortunate break for King. Kalamazoo, another good look for three, unable to hit, and then just don't get back on defense. Leave King streaking down the far sideline.
Porky comes out, Vandermeer back in. You figure you need that shooting boost right now, don't you?
You'd think. Everyone pretty much struggling from three besides Vandermeer.
Broadsword to Blackwood. He's going to get a chance, and he buries it.
And Blackwood makes me eat my words.
Blackwood with his first 3 of the game. He's got 4 points. 1 point lead for Kalamazoo. Steinbach to King. He pump fakes. Goes downhill, tries to jump with Broadsword. It's blocked. And the big man from Boise holds on.
A good strong move again, just went up a little bit weak on that one. Pretty easy block for Broadsword.
Tough defense from Cameron Smith on Samples, and Radke's going to get called for the foul, reaching in on Broadsword, which will send him to the line. Radke's second foul. Just over 8 minutes into the second half.
And he might be getting subbed out again here for Reed. A little bit surprising that.
You would be correct. Reed and Burnside both back in.
He's been battling down low in the post with Broadsword all day on that offensive end. Just unable to get him that ball.
Remember, Burnside's playing with the 4 fouls. The front court of Denison has had that healthy rotation of Reed, Burnside, Radke, and King. Broadsword at the line, hits the first free throw.
I think a little bit surprising to be putting Burnside back in this early. 12 minutes left still. You might need him down the stretch.
Could just mean more minutes for Radke and King. Second free throw for Broadsword away. Bounces high into the air. Rattles around but doesn't go.
Unfortunate shooter role there for him.
2 point lead for Kalamazoo. Dean gonna pull this one out. Reed, stopped by Broadsword, now trying to battle, fades away, not there. Fight for the rebound. Broadsword came away with it.
Tough defense, forces a tough shot, unable to hit. That's a tough shot for anyone.
A little Dirk fade. Broadsword to Perez. They get a switch. Perez trying to drive, stopped, and couldn't keep the pivot foot down. It's a travel and another turnover.
Took 2 steps and then corralled.
Now 17 for Kalamazoo. They now have more turnovers. 17 for the Hornets, 16 for the Big Reds. Reed, they move it around. They go inside to Burnside. And a nice move, but a foul. Perez is going to get called for a push. That's the 3rd foul, or now the 4th foul rather, on Patrick Perez.
Burnside almost with his first bucket. Still looking for those first points of his game.
So now Perez got to be ultra careful not to pick up another foul.
2 guys playing with 4 fouls with 11 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, I think
a little bit surprising.
I think they got a sub ready to come in for Perez. Reed continuing to battle with Broadsword. Burnside leaves. Dean, an open 3. Too strong. A strong offensive rebound, but a turnover immediately from Steinbach.
Dean a little bit slowing down after those first couple threes, but showing he is not afraid to pull.
And he hit his first 2. He's missed his last 3. It was the 8th offensive rebound for Denison, but an immediate turnover. Two-point lead, under 10.5 to go. Sharp going downhill all the way to the rim.
Strong move with that offhand. Get off him.
Gabriel Sharp with 9. 4-point Kalamazoo lead. Smith turns a 3, in and out. Fight for the rebound. Burnside's going to get it. He'll pump fake. He's going to get all the way to the rim. Dean, an open 3. He misses that one. Broadsword will run and grab it.
Yeah, he has gone a little bit cold here in the second half from the 3.
Yeah, and that's a really good look for him, too.
Not afraid to shoot it, though.
He shot 31.5% from 3 a year ago. Not great, but not bad either.
Shooter,
Broadsword the other way. Pump fake. Had it knocked out of his hands. Now goes back up and cleanly blocking it. Blackwood on the floor. Loose still. Fight for it. Who's going to get it? It's going to be a jump ball, which is going to go to Denison.
That was a risky play there from Burnside. Looked like he came down on him a little bit. Might have gotten away with the foul. That would have taken him out of the game.
Are you surprised Kalamazoo didn't call a timeout there with Blackwood on the ground and they still hadn't used one?
Yeah, you saw Heath do that earlier in the game. There's an opportunity there, but I think Blackwood passed out before the coach or him could have a chance to call a timeout.
Rogers in, Miller in.
Obviously sitting with 6 timeouts left with 9 minutes and 30 seconds. You got a couple in the bag to be able to call a timeout there, save yourself a possession. Try to build on this 4-point lead.
Radke takes out Reed. They're looking to Burnside. Trying to find a set to get Radke the ball. They do, and he scores.
Great set play again from the Big Red. Trying to get Radke going.
They get it into Samples.
Couple of buckets now, huh?
2-point game. Samples, oh, he had Dean on the ground, and that's going to get the crowd up.
Dean clapping too. You love to see the energy in the building.
Sharp, and an offensive foul is going to be called as Rogers stepped in front, took the charge.
That'll get Denison's bench going as well.
It's going to be the 4th one on Sharp.
And another guy in foul trouble that they're keeping in the game.
At least for now.
No.
Nick Giard trying to argue his case.
Doesn't seem to be going to anyone for a sub. Sharp stays in the game with those 4 fouls.
You can see him talking about it with his assistant. One of the first-year assistants on this team, Ryan Behan. I believe they are going to at least get Alex Roof set to come into this game. Meanwhile, Rogers has on the wing, gets it to Dean. Now Radke. Burnside. Sharp's got to be careful, and I think he just picked up his 5th.
One of them's out of the game, I'll tell you that.
It's going to be Sharp. He's done. 8.5 minutes left. Gabe Sharp is fouled out of this game.
That's why I thought it was interesting that he was staying in the game with those 4 fouls. Not 8 minutes, 36 seconds is pretty early for someone to foul out of the game.
So Sharp,
one of your leading scorers.
Sharp will leave with 9 points. It's going to be 1-1 for Burnside. He's 0 for 3 from the line today. Roof is going to come in to replace him.
See if he can get on the board, start a season off.
Burnside's a senior out of Wilmette, Illinois. He finally gets one to go. He was 50% a year ago.
Looked a little bit more comfortable on that one than the ones earlier.
He's made some other contributions despite just scoring his first point now. 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Second one is in, and we have a tie game again. And he will come out. King will come in.
Smart sub there.
8.5 left. We got a tie game.
See if the Big Red will go back to Radke or maybe try to get King going again like he was in the first half.
And neither team shooting it well from deep. It's going to be who can get into the paint more. Vandermeer enters to Stevens. Vandermeer's got it back. Tried to go to Stevens. Radke with those long arms with the steal. Now 19 Kalamazoo turnovers.
See if they can get him going on the offensive end after a great defensive play from him.
Big Reds can take a lead. Miller's going to step back, try the 3. That's off. King the rebound. Stevens able to knock it away. Samples holds on to it. He's going to come out of the pile with it.
Broadsword out, Stevens in. They're still giving him trouble in that paint.
A great job by Stevens with the hands, and then Samples will run it down. Vandermeer gets it. He's fouled by Dean. That's Dean's 4th.
Dean's picked up a bunch of fouls recently here in the second half. He was playing that point in the 1-3-1, which added a little bit to it.
Yeah, he's been in the Hornets' face all night pressuring. Heath is going to get ready to come in. Perez is going to come back in with 4 fouls, too.
See if Vandermeer can get into double digits.
Hits the first. He is there. Second Hornet to do so alongside Horky. Horky has not scored in this half. Kalamazoo gets the lead back with that free throw. Bannermere 2 for 2. He's 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Now the Hornets leading score with 11. Kalamazoo takes the lead back with a 2-point lead. A little bump between Radke and Samples.
Little horn sight here for the Big Red.
And Horkey fighting, just couldn't keep it in bounds. Now Miller goes up and scores.
Great ball movement after the save from Ty Horkey. Get that easy layup. Looked like Samples took one to the face, but he seems all right.
Tie game again. Bannermere gets it. Samples in the corner, the 3. Bounces, not there. Perez trying to fight for it. Rogers got it, and he's going to be fouled by Horkey.
Just an unfortunate foul there for Horkey. One that you don't want to have in the backcourt.
That's going to put Dre Rogers at the line.
He only has 2, but Denison is shooting the rest of the way.
Both teams in the bonus.
You don't want to give up any free shots here.
Rogers, who's a junior, shot 62.5 from the stripe a year ago. I don't have the lead changes number in front of us, but it has been a lot. And we're at a tie right now. Rogers with a 1-and-1 that can give Denison the lead back.
Great back and forth game, like I said earlier.
Under 7 minutes to go. Still a lot of ball left to be played. Free throw is good. Denison continuing to shoot well from the stripe tonight. Well above their season average from a year ago.
I think that's the difference in the game right now is the free throw line. Denison shooting a better percentage, just regain that lead back.
2 for 2 for Rogers, and now a timeout call by the Big Reds. 6:57 to go in this one. It's been back and forth the whole way, and Denison leading it by 2. (56-54), the Denison Big Reds leading the Kalamazoo College Hornets. 6:57 to go in this one. Been fun the entire way.
I think this game will come down to who can hit their shots here at down the stretch. Both teams struggling from the three-point line.
Perez has it on the wing, looking for broadsword. Bannermere's got it. Bannermere comes away with it, looks for a 3. Now steps back. They got a mismatch. Broadsword on Smith, and they just couldn't hit him.
Got the switch they wanted with their big broadsword on a guard. Just unable to get that entry pass in. A little too hot and low for broadsword.
So the 20th turnover of the night for Kalamazoo College. Denison's got 19 of their own.
We thought that.
And another clock issue.
Thought that it'd be a little more clean to start the second half, and it might be a little bit worse to start. About 10 in each half with 6:30 to go in the second half.
Denison's largest lead was 9. That was very early in the first half. Since then, it has been an absolute rock fight. Radke's got it on the block. This is where They want him to have it. He's going to spin into a double team. A tough shot, no good. Gets the rebound back, draws the foul, count the basket.
Almost a great double team from Horky. He just lost it for a second, regathered it, went up with a crazy shot, and was just able to get his rebound for an easy put up.
4-point lead for the Big Reds.
And Racky heating up a little bit here down the stretch. You know, getting him the ball in the post, and good things will happen.
He's got 6 points in the second half. Misses the free throw, and a foul the other way on King, which means a 1-and-1. I believe that's going to be for Perez. Broadsword picked up that last foul. I believe that was his first of the game. Will actually go down as his second. Perez has a 1-and-1 here. His first free throws of this game. He knocks him in. Big free throws. Gets it back to one possession. Aiden King got his second.
Freshman stepping up and making the first of his two.
Two
big
for
free
two
throws.
calmly. He's got 4 points in his first collegiate game. Racky gonna continue to try and battle. They skip it across the King. Miller with a nice jab step, floating through the air and scoring.
Great body control in the air there to be able to finish and not run right into a Hornet to draw a charge.
Samples has it. It just feels every possession so important right now.
Denison gaining a little bit of momentum. See if the Hornets can stop that.
Vandermeer has an open three. That'll do it.
Spot up shooter Carter Vandermeer hits another three for the Hornets.
He's got 14 tonight. That's just what he does. Miller drives, and they're going to hit him with a push-off. Fourth one on Tyler Miller.
Opposite side ref coming in to make the call.
Yeah, I thought that was clear.
It looked pretty obvious from up here, but
King comes out, Burnside back in. Two Big Reds with 4 fouls right now. It's Burnside and Miller. Both remain in this game. Hornets did have Gabe Sharp foul out, and Patrick Perez has 4.
picking up again with that full court pressure, just trying to throw off the rhythm of the Hornets.
1 point game, 5 minutes to go. Broadsword back to Bannemer. He gets another look from deep, just missing short. A little bit deeper and a little bit more center, and Bannemer nearly gave the Hornets the lead.
It's a good looking shot. I think the bench was ready to explode on that one.
Heath, oh, he nearly dropped Orky. Wonder if the floor's a little wet with all the bodies that have been there in this physical play. Burnside. And a double foul is going to be called on Broadsword and Racky. You don't see that every day.
They are battling down low.
Each guy's going to pick up their third.
A very interesting call, like you said. I don't think I've seen one of those in a long time.
Dean and Smith come back in. They take out Miller and Kellen Smith. That's Cameron Smith who's in.
See if they can get Racky the ball on a set inbound play here. Good things happen when they get in the ball underneath.
They get Dean the ball. He's got an open three in the corner. He misses it long. Burnside couldn't hold on to the rebound. Bannerman's going to come away with it.
Dean stays pretty ice cold in the second half, just unable to find his rhythm again.
Started 2 for 2 since then. He's 0 for 5. Horky tried to go over the head to Broadsword. Dean will slow it down.
Good job by Samples getting back to stop that transition.
Burnside's got Horky on him. Heath is going to drive all the way to the rim and finish, and Perez couldn't go up with it. And a timeout call by Kalamazoo. Under 4 minutes. We got a battle here on Tisch Loveless Court. Denison 62, Kalamazoo 59. It will be Hornet basketball down 3. 3:52 to go in this game. It's been back and forth the entire way. Denison leading 62-59. Nick Heath has had a really strong second half, and he's got 10 points now leading Denison.
He's been very successful from the line tonight, adding it into that good second half.
Denison as a team has been successful at the line. Heath is picking up Samples full court.
Might have gotten away with one there.
The reach, Samples enters into broadsword, goes with the left-hand hook, couldn't get it.
Those two have been battling all night underneath. Racky victorious there.
Yeah, broadsword had a look, just couldn't get it to fall.
See if they try to get Racky a touch in the paint.
He's got it at the top of the key, gives off to Dean. Heath off a screen, the three, not there. The three-point struggles continue for the Big Reds.
Didn't get Racky the touch, but he set a great screen to get Heath open for that three, just unable to finish.
Horky, Bandemer, back to broadsword. Samples cutting, Racky with a very handsy play to take that one away. Now Smith enters to Radke. Baseline and a foul called. It's going to be broadsword.
Wasn't really in foul trouble, but he's picked up three quick here down this little stretch.
Yeah, now he's got 4.
Just talking about how we thought it was his first foul, only had 2, and now at 4. That'd be a big loss down low trying to guard Racky if he fouls out here. 2
free throws for Radke here. First one good. He's got a pretty good looking stroke, doesn't he? And timeout call by Kalamazoo. Radke's going to have one more out of it. 2:53 to go. The Big Reds leading it 63-59. Radke will have one more. He's 3 of 4 at the line, misses that one. He's got 9 points tonight, averaged just under 13 a year ago.
Porky continuing that work on the glass tonight for the Hornets.
Now 6 boards. Samples to Roof. Might have had a chance for 3. He'll go into Broadsword, who draws the foul. And Broadsword landed a little bit uncomfortably on his ankle, but he gets up, walks it off. If that's Burnside, he's done, and he is.
Almost another body tonight for Broadsword. He's been attacking the rim off these entry feeds.
So Emmett Burnside fouls out of this game. King comes back in.
Not much of an impact on the score there, but he's definitely had a big impact other places.
Broadsword will shoot too. And he misses that one.
He's fouled out, but he's definitely not checked out. Fist pumping and trying to get the bench into this one.
Second one for Broadsword comes up short. Roof's going to go get the rebound. Got it back to Vandermeer. Oh, a great defensive play by Dean to take it away. He will go all the way and finish. It's a 6-point lead for the Big Reds.
Telegraphed that pass over top a little bit.
Horky gets by. Goes all the way to the rim. Going to draw the foul on Radke. That's his 4th. That's going to put Horky at the line.
Couldn't tell if that one was blocked or just slipped out of his hand a little bit.
Regardless, the big man certainly influenced it.
For sure. Picks up that 4th foul, though. That's a big one as well.
Horky hits the first one. His first point of the second half. Certainly a crucial free throw, and this one is as well. Trying to keep the Hornets within striking distance. Gets them both, and Kalamazoo's going to take a timeout. We're coming down to the wire, 2:16 to go. Hornets trailing by 4. Denison has it. Kalamazoo going to apply some full court pressure. Having a little bit of trouble getting it in. They get it to Heath.
Looks like about 4 seconds on that 5 count there. Almost a quick turnover for the Hornets. That would have been big.
Smith's got it, guarded by Samples. King defended by Roof. They go to Dean. They're trying to get it to Radke. Dean puts his head down and drives. Smith swings. Heath pump fakes. They got 10 to shoot. Heath to the rim. And a late call on the foul is going to send Heath to the line.
Might have gotten him on the back of the hand going up for that layup.
It's Roof who gets whistled. It's his 4th. And Nick Heath is 4 for 4 at the stripe. Minute 53 left. And he's going to miss the first one after a couple of bounces.
4 players in right now with 4 fouls. It'll be big to see who picks up that 5th first.
Yeah, foul trouble all over the board, including both big guys. Second one good. It's a 5-point game. But any bucket can get it to a 1-possession game for Kalamazoo with a minute 50 left. Samples curls, now Horky. Vandermeer gonna try a 3. Couldn't quite get it. Broadsword the rebound, he's fouled. It's gonna be King getting the whistle. Or it's Dean. If it's Dean, he's done. It's not, it's King. King picks up his 3rd.
Big offensive rebound there from Broadsword.
Which means Broadsword's gonna go shoot 2. He's just 1 of 5 at the line tonight.
He doesn't collect that rebound. Denison has a chance to go down and make it a 3-possession game with a minute 30 left. And although not much, one of the biggest leads of the game.
2 shots for Lucas Broadsword. Banks it in. Unconventional, but it all counts the same. And we're back to 4 points.
Pretty ugly looking. He's shaking his head in disbelief.
6 points for Broadsword.
Don't think he called bank on that one.
Second one goes. We got a 1-possession game. Minute 34 left.
A little bit hitchy on his stroke, but that second shot looked good.
And a timeout call by Denison. Was it before the inbound pass or not is a question that's going to matter. However, with a minute 34, no timer off the clock, so I don't think it was before the inbound is the ruling. The Big Reds will have it up 3 with a minute and a half to go. Scotty Dean will inbound. Kalamazoo continue to apply the pressure. Heath gets it. He's got pressure from Samples. And Samples gonna get whistled. Heath is gonna go back to the line. Heath will shoot 2. 5 of 6 from the line tonight, the leading scorer for Denison with 11.
He started out hot from the line, split his last pair.
Missed that one.
Big miss for the Hornets. See if they can keep it one possession here.
Minute 25 left. He goes 1 of 2. Heath's gonna come out. They're gonna bring Dre Rogers in.
An offense, defense there.
Vandermeer's gonna inbound. Horkey's got it. 1:20 to go. Roof on the wing. Moves to Vandermeer. Now Broadsword. Broadsword trying to drive on Radke. Got it back to Horkey. It's a little bit of a dangerous pass.
Close to a travel as well.
Now Broadsword back down low. Out to Horkey. He's got an open 3. Couldn't get it. Tip and I believe a foul's going to get called on Vandermeer.
Tried to punch it out of the hands. Couldn't quite tell who. Almost a great play from Vandermeer. Just got him on the hand, unfortunately.
Dean's going to go to the line. Just under a minute. It was a good look for Horkey.
Dean's been a little bit cold here in the second half. See if he can hit these free throws.
These are his first free throws of the night. He's 69.2% a year ago. Calmly hits it.
Big possession here for Kalamazoo. Need something on the offensive end. Keep this game in striking distance.
5-point lead. Comes up short. Samples gets it. And he's going to be fouled. If that's Dean, he's out. If it's King, it's 4. It is Dean. It's his 5th.
There's the first of the 4 to foul out. What'll be really big is to see if one of these big men get a foul down the stretch.
Particularly the matchup between Broadsword and Radke. Samples will go to the line to shoot 2. A season ago, he only shot 52%, which, as long as I've known Bobby Samples, is so uncharacteristic of him. Been in the 80s his first 2 years. And he missed it. Samples just 1 of 4 from the field tonight, all from 3.
Looked very nonchalant from the free throw line, which is normally a good thing, just unable to hit.
Yeah, that's a big miss. It means it's going to stay a 2-possession game, no matter what happens on this free throw.
Trading free throws.
It was Miller who came back in for Dean, who fouled out.
Refs telling the Denison bench to sit down.
Yeah, they've been told multiple times to sit down. Second free throw for Samples goes. Blackwood's going to come in, take Roof out. Still a 4-point game. Cameron Smith's back in too. Rogers has it. Now Miller. They're going to play it out here. Not going to play the foul game just yet. You get a stop, you could be in business potentially. They're trying to go to Radke, and Broadsword's going to get called for the hold, and that's his 5th.
And there it is. Broadsword loses the foul battle.
Which means Stevens will come into the game. Radke is 3 of 5 from the line tonight. As we mentioned a year ago, he was 53.4%.
A big assignment for Stevens to keep Radke off this offensive glass here down the stretch, especially when he's not the one at the free throw line.
42.5 seconds to go. Radke calmly hits the first. Got to have to rattle in a little. That's a 5-point Big Red lead. And he gets them both, so it's still a 2-possession game.
Radke unfazed at the line.
Samples has it. You don't necessarily have to go for a 3. Samples, attack from behind. Smith the steal. Rogers gave it up to Miller, who scores. That might be the final blow. And Kalamazoo's going to take a timeout. Denison with 32.5 seconds left. In control now, up 8. A lead they haven't had that size of since very early in this game. .32 seconds left if you're Kalamazoo. What are you doing here? Quick bucket foul?
I think you have to at this point. Can't wait. Shot clock will probably be off by the time this shot goes up.
Hornets have it underneath the basket.
Best case scenario, come down and hit a quick 3.
Horky has it, working on Miller.
Probably look to Bandemir here, see if they try to go his way.
Stevens, they're looking screen to Samples. Now they're trying to get one to Horky. They do a good job at jumping it. Blackwood has it blocked by King. Runs into his own guy, got it to Horky. Samples with Radke in his face. Couldn't get it. Horky will get a look, fading away. He couldn't get it either. 10 seconds, or rather a few seconds, and Denison is going to get an opening night victory over Kalamazoo in a hard-fought battle.
Very different game than last year, but Denison comes out on top to finish the game.
Yeah, we look at the final numbers. Denison finished just a little bit better from the field, 22 of 51, Hornets 19 of 50. Denison didn't hit a 3 the entire second half, 3 of 22. Kalamazoo was 6 of 28 from deep. 25 of 33 at the stripe for the Big Reds, 20 of 30 for the Hornets. Kalamazoo ended up with more turnovers, 24-2, Denison's 19. Kalamazoo narrowly won the rebounding battle, 35-34. I think there's a lot you can take away from this game if you're Kalamazoo and you're Coach Gard, but probably the biggest one is the turnovers. You got to cut those down.
For sure. A sloppy game on both ends, but Kalamazoo ended up with 5 more turnovers, 24 total. Way too high of a number if you're trying to win close games like this.
As the leading scorer for Denison was Nick Heath with 12 points off the bench. Ricky Radke, the leading scorer from a year ago, had 11. Tyler Miller adding 11 of his own. Scotty Dean with 9, leading in rebounds. Radke with 6, Heath with 4, Aiden King with 4. And an assist, it's Emmett Burnside with 4, Aiden King with 2. On the Kalamazoo side, Carter Bandemer, the leading scorer tonight with 14. Ty Horky adding 12, Gabriel Sharp with 9, leading Kalamazoo in rebounds. Lucas Broadsword with 9, Ty Horky with 6. Alex Roof, Patrick Perez, and Bobby Samples with 3 apiece. Broadsword and Samples with 2 assists apiece. And with that, we're going to wrap up this broadcast. Remind you that the next broadcast will be tomorrow. It's a busy day tomorrow. Both Kalamazoo college basketball teams will be in action. It'll be starting with the tip-off tournament. It'll be a game between Manchester and Westminster on the women's side, happening at noon. Then the Kalamazoo women's basketball team will host Mount Union at 2 p.m. Following that, those Hornet men will be back on the floor hosting Ohio Northern. But signing off from Tisch Loveless Court inside the Anderson Athletic Center, my name is Zach Metz. Alongside me is Dawson Skupin. Once again, the final score from tonight, Denison 72, Kalamazoo 64. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.